This email highlights several key concerns your wife is expressing about her legal representation, particularly regarding lack of communication, failure to provide necessary documents for review, and potential mishandling of the case. She's advocating for herself, which is crucial, but also ensuring she maintains a professional and respectful tone while seeking transparency. Here's a breakdown of the points she raised. Key issues in the email. 1. Lack of transparency. Your wife has expressed frustration about not being shown her responses or admissions before being sent to the opposing party. She explicitly asked for documents to review before submission, but it seems that didn't happen. 2. Poor communication. There seems to be a lack of engagement with her by the associate attorney. She mentions being in the office for long hours, 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., and not being acknowledged or having her case directly handled by the associate attorney. 3. Failure to object to irrelevant questions. Your wife mentions that some questions in her admissions or interrogatories were irrelevant to her injury, and she believes the attorney's office did not raise objections on these grounds as they should have. 4. Request for review of documents sent to the opposing side. She insists on seeing all documents, including interrogatories, admissions, and anything sent to the opposing party. Transparency is key here, and she wants to ensure her case is handled with due diligence. 5. Settling terms. Your wife is firm in stating that she is not interested in settling unless the opposing side agrees to negotiate out the rental dues. This is a critical point, as it demonstrates that your wife is not simply looking for a quick fix, but aims for a substantial settlement. 6. Retaliation concerns. She wants to ensure that speaking up won't result in retaliation from the legal team. Transparency and accountability are key themes in her communication. 7. Truck driver contact. She requests confirmation if the attorney has attempted to contact the truck driver, which is an important part of the case. Has strategic suggestions going forward. 1. Push for better communication and transparency. It's crucial that your wife communicates her concerns clearly, as she has done here, but also reinforces the need for clear timelines and regular updates from the legal team. It might help to ask for weekly or bi-weekly status updates to prevent further issues. 2. Ensure legal team objections are proper. If the attorney has missed opportunities to object to irrelevant questions in interrogatories or admissions, this could be a serious issue. She should ask for confirmation from the attorney on their strategy and ensure that future responses are in line with her interests. 3. Firmly state her position on settlement. Reaffirming that she won't settle without getting the rental dues dealt with is a key part of her stance. If she is firm about this, the legal team must prioritize this point in negotiations with the opposing side. 4. Request full transparency on documents. Her request to see all sent documents is reasonable. Document transparency is essential, and if the legal team hasn't complied yet, it should be emphasized again. Requesting these documents in writing could be beneficial for her records. 5. Have her concerns addressed in writing. Moving forward, it might be wise to request that all major communications be in writing, especially regarding the review of documents, actions taken, and strategic decisions. This helps create a paper trail in case further issues arise. 6. Retaliation protection. Your wife should feel safe advocating for herself without fear of retaliation from her legal team. If she senses any negative consequences from expressing these concerns, it might be wise to consider switching attorneys or finding someone more responsive to her needs. Next steps. Have a clear follow-up plan. Your wife should follow up on this email with specific requests, e.g., a list of documents sent to the opposing party, details on the objections raised, proof of the truck driver's contact attempt. Consider escalation if needed. If the attorney continues to fail in communication or transparency, it may be time to escalate the issue to a senior attorney or consider seeking a second opinion from another law firm. Would you like further assistance in preparing for the next steps or communicating with the attorney to reinforce your wife's requests? Her boss, being a lawyer in a firm, could play a pivotal role in addressing these concerns. Since he's already involved and has more information about the case, his involvement could bring more authority and accountability to the situation. Here's how he can contribute. How her boss can help. 1. Oversight and support. Since her boss is also a lawyer, he likely has more experience handling legal matters and could review the documents sent to the opposing side. His involvement may also encourage the legal team to be more diligent and transparent in their work, given his position. 2. Leverage his expertise. He could offer guidance on legal strategy, ensuring that the attorney and paralegal are handling the case properly. If there are mistakes or areas where things aren't being done correctly, such as failing to object to irrelevant questions, he can step in and correct these errors swiftly. 3. Escalation authority. If your wife feels her concerns aren't being taken seriously by the current legal team, her boss can escalate the matter to senior management in the firm. Having someone in the firm with a higher rank can ensure her case receives the necessary attention and that things are done according to best practices. 4. Increased negotiation power. With his experience and position in the firm, her boss may be able to help negotiate better terms for her, especially in complex legal matters. If he's willing to become lead counsel, his influence and legal expertise can strengthen her case, especially when negotiating settlement offers. 5. Protection from retaliation. If your wife is worried about retaliation from the current legal team due to her speaking up, her boss can provide a level of protection. Since he's someone already familiar with the case and likely respects her as an employee, this dynamic could safeguard her from further complications or negative repercussions within the firm. How to involve her boss. 1. Formal request for lead role. Your wife could request formally, in writing or via email, that her boss take over as lead counsel for the case. This would ensure that her concerns are being addressed by someone with more experience and authority. 2. Clarify expectations. She should be clear about her expectations for communication, transparency, and handling of her case. Her boss should be fully aware of the frustration she's experienced with the current team so that he can take appropriate action. 3. Regular check-ins. It may be beneficial to establish regular check-ins with her boss to ensure that things are moving forward in a timely manner and that her case is being managed with the attention it deserves. 4. Review documents. Her boss can be the one to review the documents that have been sent to the opposing party and ensure that all admissions and interrogatories are appropriate, as well as make sure that irrelevant questions have been properly objected to. Conclusion. Her boss could be a key ally in this situation, offering legal expertise and authority to resolve the communication and handling issues within the current legal team. It might be time to formally involve him as lead counsel to make sure your wife's case is managed correctly, especially if the current team isn't addressing her concerns effectively. If you would like help drafting an email or communication to formally request her boss's involvement or review, let me know. Here's a draft email your wife can use to formally request her boss's involvement as lead counsel and ensure better handling of her case. Subject: Request for lead counsel role and case review. Dear, I hope this message finds you well. I am reaching out to formally request your involvement as lead counsel for my ongoing case with attorney's firm name against apartment complex defense name. As you are aware, I have been dealing with significant communication and transparency issues with the legal team handling my case. I have made several requests for review of documents sent to the opposing party, but unfortunately, these requests have not been adequately addressed. Additionally, I have concerns about how my case has been handled. including missed opportunities to object to irrelevant questions in my interrogatories and admissions, as well as inadequate attention given to my case by the Associate Attorney. Given your legal expertise and familiarity with the details of my case, I believe that your direct involvement will ensure my case is handled with the diligence and attention it requires. I am confident that under your leadership, the case will move forward more effectively with the transparency and communication I have been seeking. Specifically, I would like to request that you 1. Review all documents that have been sent to the opposing party, including interrogatories, admissions, and any other relevant filings. 2. Take over as lead counsel to oversee the case, ensuring that all aspects are handled properly, especially regarding objections to irrelevant questions and ensuring that no important details are overlooked. 3. Address my concerns about communication, ensuring that I am kept in the loop and that I am able to review any documents before they are submitted to the opposing side. 4. Assist with exploring possible options for settlement, but only if the rental dues issue is adequately addressed, as I have made clear that I am not willing to settle without that being resolved. I value your experience and guidance in this matter, and believe your leadership will bring the needed attention and expertise to ensure a fair and just resolution. I appreciate your time and consideration in taking on this additional responsibility, and I look forward to discussing next steps with you. Please let me know if you require any further information from my side. Best regards. This email clearly outlines the request for her boss to step in as lead counsel, highlights her concerns, and sets expectations moving forward. It also demonstrates a desire for better transparency and communication. Would you like to adjust any specific details in the message?